Okay.
Hello everybody, it's Bubba Rob. How's it going? You know, the funny thing is I've kind of gotten away from doing a lot of stuff on YouTube like I used to do. And the reason being, even though I try and be the best I can at being a practicing Stoic, I actually have been finding some things that are happening out there quite distressing. And I think it's got to do with a reflection of my PTSD from what I used to do for a living as a correctional officer. When I see things that are just absolutely so horrific, it triggers me. So one of the things that's been really I've had to shut my YouTube off quite a bit. I started watching Drumeo to take my mind off stuff, to learn different beats for my music. But one of the things I find really, really distressing or disgusting is this whole P Diddy thing and the sexual abuse allegations that are going on. And I know he hasn't been convicted of anything, and he's arrested and he's in that jail in Manhattan, whatever. And you see all these so-called experts talking about it and all these things that he's done and his accomplices, and people are addicted to finding out which Hollywood or music elitist is the sickest fuck of them all, pardon for the expression. But you know, do you really think the problem is just with him and it's so polarized out there? I mean, there's a lot of it going on. And what I realized when I worked in the institution and reading all those files and reports and talking to inmates, and you know, sometimes they need to talk about something that's bothering them, and the victims in there, and you know, the abuses that happened to them while they were growing up. You know, it's not just an elitist thing. A lot more of it goes on in society than we care to admit. And you know, it's definitely a problem. And it's just kind of you know, something now. It's come out and it's been sensationalized that I can't imagine what this stuff is doing to people that are victims, and it's just being plastered all over YouTube. I would imagine it's quite triggering for a lot of people. There's a lot of, you know, abuse victims from, say, in Canada, like from residential schools or regular schools or private schools or the Catholic schools. You know, the different types of churches, and it's just unbelievable. And I wonder why. It's not that I think it's no big deal, but I wonder why people are just acting so surprised with what's going on. I mean, it's kind of is what it is. I mean, there's definite people out there that have weird perversions, and they get obsessed over it, and they want it at all costs. I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. Not surprised that there's people out there that take advantage of people and use their power to control their lives to get what they want out of them. That's basically human nature. So come out of this world, and we stop festering on the negativity. I mean, I kind of hope that you just let the courts do its stuff, let people get on with their lives, let people heal, and not be so fixated on it. I mean, I can't even imagine. I guess to say the biggest person that's been centered out as a possible victim is Justin Bieber. I can't imagine how he must feel getting plastered all over the fucking place on YouTube. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine how triggering that is when YouTube people keep bringing it up for clicks and views? I'm not saying we should hide it. I'm just saying, give it a break. Let people relax a bit. Let people forget about it. The smart ones are already kind of disappearing. They're going into the background, especially the ones that are fellow perpetrators. Right? That's what they do. Kind of back off, go into quiet mode, leave it a while, reinvent themselves, and resurface later on. That's what a predator does. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents worth. Who am I to say? But I've seen lots of it. I ran into lots of people working in the system that were victims of physical and mental abuse and sexual abuse. It's generally the reason why they're suffering from addiction issues. And some of the toughest people I ever met with so much anger were the ones that suffered the most. And they had to make themselves that way so that it wouldn't happen again. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents worth. And love you all. Remember, the most important thing in this life, no matter who you are,